Hey, what's up everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood dog trainer. And I'm in a different neighborhood. I'm in London today. So I came down to London for a couple days to do some skateboarding and hang out on my time off. So I'm here checking out the Medway Forest Trail System. And you guys can see, sorry, I just got the GoPro with me today. But I'm chilling. I got Chickpea and Ollie with me today. They're on leash. I thought I'd talk a little bit about the trails. Already, so many headaches in the trails today. So headache number one is several people warned me that there is, and not just several people, but there are signs posted everywhere in the forest here that it's a coyote area. So to be very careful because yeah, you don't want your dog being carried away by coyotes. Now, I take Ollie everywhere that I take the other dogs, but I'll be very honest, like there are some differences when you own a little small dog. Like in the middle of winter, when there's 3 feet of snow and it's a snowstorm, I could take Chickpea and Penny out and they'll bound around in the snow and have a blast. I can't take Ollie out in that. He's gonna have to tunnel around like Bugs Bunny in an old 50s cartoon. And I will say that the trails make me a bit more nervous. Several reasons. If uncontrollable, unfriendly dog comes up, usually people take bigger dogs into the trails hiking. So, I mean, Ollie's at bigger risk of being attacked by an animal out here because he's just small. Like, he's like prey size for most animals out here, right? So I gotta be more careful. And also just having 2 dogs. Like if you have 2 dogs and you take them hiking, you know that's more complicated than keeping an eye on 1 dog all the time. So that makes things much more difficult, just having 2 dogs, but having one that is so tiny certainly makes it more difficult. But I mean, I want to keep them with me all the time. I want to take them hiking, so I do these things with them, but I certainly have a little bit more anxiety when I take Ollie into the trails than when I take Chickpea into the trails. Already, I have dealt with several people that were struggling to control their dogs, so that's always a headache when people come out and they let their dog off leash and they don't have good recall, and then I gotta start dealing with them and their dogs. Now, nobody's off-leash dog has come up to us today, thankfully. Actually, everybody's been pretty respectful, and I've seen most people have had their dogs on leash out here. But still, there's a couple people where the trail is really narrow and they're holding their dog back. One person's dog was lunging and growling and snapping. She's like, oh, she's normally very friendly. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But I mean, these are the perils of the trails. And it's almost like the same perils that you face in a dog park. To me, this is just basically a larger, you know, dog park, really. I was gonna say larger unsupervised dog park, but let's face it, there is no such thing as a supervised dog park. That's called doggy daycare. So there's all kinds of things you're gonna deal with if you're out here in the trails, and you just gotta deal with them. And basically, once I step foot down here into the trail system, I've already sort of signed this invisible waiver that says like, hey, you're open to any sort of bullshit that could happen to you in the trails, right? I mean, that's just part of coming out in nature. Even if you're just by yourself without a dog, you could face dealing with a coyote or something like that. So it is what it is, but it's something to think about. And I know a lot of people just think of a glorious hike with their dogs, but I think of all the things that could potentially go wrong. I'm a worrier though. And I'm also, as a dog trainer, I'm well aware of all the things that could happen because I've dealt with them many times. My clients tell me about the issues that they've dealt with in the trails. So, you know, what can I say? You want to take your dog hiking, there are certain risks that come along with that, but there's risks that come along with everything in life. So come on up, Ollie. Sorry, buddy. Trail's getting a little narrow. All right, I'm gonna finish hiking with the dogs and enjoying my day, but I just wanted to sort of point that stuff out that, like, you know, there's, I'm gonna call it trail anxiety. There are a lot of things that can go wrong out here with your dog, meetings with other dogs, meetings with wildlife. Just be aware of it. Oh yeah, and then when I get back, make sure if you've been out hiking with your dogs, especially this time of year, tick check. Because ticks are everywhere, man. They carry Lyme disease, all sorts of problems. So once I get back to the van, I will scour the dogs and make sure there's no ticks on them. Just another sort of peril of being out here in the trails, but there's so many benefits to being out here in nature that, you know, that's why we take the risk, right? All right, my arm's getting tired. I will see you guys in the next video.